Hello YouTube, this is Headley South. Today I'm going to be doing a review on Graham Farish's Train Set 370180, which is Seaside Excursion. Let's open up the box and see what's inside. So as we can see, we have here a leaflet from Graham Farish, Getting Started in N Scale, which is a large poster on that side, and also about extending the track to make slightly more involved layouts using set track. Also information about selecting an era that you'd like to model in, and a bit of information on their dynamic system. So that's that leaflet. Then we have a leaflet about how to assemble a track, what you should do with your train set before using it, how you connect up your wires, fault finding, things like that. So just some basic information and how to maintain our loco. And then also another leaflet so that we can join the collectors club if we wish to, and also how to run in the locomotive, how to fit a 6-pin decoder if we want to run it on DCC. So that's all included there. Now let's get to the more exciting bits, which is the actual train set. So as you can see, it comes with 8 pieces of curved track and 2 bits of straight to make up your oval. It also comes along with the power supply and your controller. And then we have here our 2 coaches and our locomotive. So let's get the locomotive out and have a much closer look at that. So here we are, I've removed the outer packaging. So as you can see, we have the locomotive here, and just inside there we have a little bag of extras, as you can see. Bring those up to the camera a bit. And if I carefully take the cover off, you can then see here is our locomotive, which is number 44044. So I'll just pop it out of its packaging, just bear with me. So here we are, we've got it out of the box, and here's a view of it from up above. And this is a nice view of the side showing the detail. Hopefully I can zoom into the cab area. That's nicely detailed as well. Which hopefully you can just see there, inside the cab, how nicely detailed that is. And as you can see, nice rivet detail there, showing up on the roof panel. As you can see, it's a beautifully detailed train. So as you can see, we've now started to undo one of the coach packs, and right here we have another one of the little accessory bags which goes for this particular coach. And this is the M4870 SO coach, which is second open or standard open coach. So we'll pop that one out and have a look at this one as well. Just bear with me a second. So here we are, here's a bit of the roof detail. You can see some of the pipework going up onto the roof there. Pan the other way. Some more detail there. And this just gives you some idea of the level of detail that you get on the carriages as I pan along here. You can see the writing on the chassis, and as you can see there, if I can get to pick it up nicely, even down to the detail of the little window stickers. Okay, and now this is the other coach, which is the M21026 BCK, or Brake Composite Corridor coach. And so as you can see, yet again another nice roof detail with the pipework. Let's just go and have a side view. So as you can see, yet again highly detailed. You can see the writing there on the chassis. Right, I'm just going to assemble up the oval, and then we can run in this loco. Just give me a few minutes and we'll see what it runs like. So there you can see we have the train just going around the track. I'm just going to let it run in to meet with the suggestion of Graham Farish, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you a bit more about the reasons why I've decided to get myself a Graham Farish train set, and also tell you a bit more about the Class 4F locomotive. See you soon. So, why did I buy a Graham Farish train set? This is a DCC ready set, so at the moment I'm running it on DC, but by fitting a decoder chip I can then run it as a DCC locomotive, and as my layout will be DCC, I then have my first train and a couple of carriages to run on my layout. It gives me an oval of track which I can use for just running in locomotives when I buy them. When I buy my locomotives, more than likely they will be just DCC ready, so that I can then fit a decoder chip of my choice, and it gives me that ability to choose rather than buying a locomotive with a chip already installed. Should I ever have a problem with a locomotive, having a DC oval that I can use enables me to take out my decoder chip and put back in the blanking plug that I've removed when I converted it, and test it to see whether the decoder is faulty or whether it's the locomotive that's playing up. So it gives me two uses, having this oval of track along with the DC controller, and obviously the train and the carriages can be used in my layout, hence why I went for a train set. I think it's a very good way of beginners getting into the hobby. It also gives you the chance to see what it's about, see whether it's for you before you go spending lots of money. Maybe the scale's too small for you, maybe N isn't for you, and maybe you want to look at AA. But it does give you that ability to make that choice. So that's why I've decided to buy a Graham Farish train set, Seaside Excursion. A bit of history about the 4F. Midland Railways in 1911, under Henry Fowler's signature, brought out the first 4F, which was an enlargement on the classic Midland inside cylinder 060 goods engine. Two locomotives were erected carrying a new, larger boiler classified G7S, which became the standard for the class. Experiments in superheating were in vogue at the time, and both locos were so fitted. Number 3835 with a Schmidt type with Midland style element fixing, and 3836 with a Swindon double pass type. The former proved to be the better of the two. It appears that the locos did all that was asked of them, though no more were built until 1917. From then, the boiler pressure was raised to 175 psi from 160 psi, giving a greater margin for recovery when demands were high. Up until the grouping, several more batches were built to the same characteristic design, mainly at Derby. Armstrong Whitworth built a few, including a batch of 5 delivered to the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway, classified 5P4G, instantly becoming known as Armstrongs on that line. Given the dominance of the Midland small engine, it was inevitable that the 4F would become the standard goods loco for the new London, Midland and Scottish Railway. 1941 was when the last one was turned out, which gave it a grand total of 772 4Fs were actually built. A few 4Fs were converted to oil burning in 1947 due to the coal crisis, though they'd all been reverted to the norm by 1948. The class soldiered on intact until 1954, when Loco 43862 was taken out of service. However, it wasn't until 1959 when scrapping began in earnest. With so many to dispose of, it was eventually as late as 1966 that the final ones were consigned to the scrapyard. Right at the end, some found use as work shunters at Crewe. 4 locomotives still exist in preservation. Loco number 44027 on the Gloucestershire-Warwickshire Railway, which has recently been transferred from the Midland Railway, Butterley. Overhaul has now started and is making steady progress. Locomotive 44123 is on the Avon Valley Railway, which has a restoration in progress as well. Locomotive 44422 is at Crewe Heritage Centre and it's undergoing an overhaul. It will move to West Somerset Railway when that has been completed. Finally, the 4th locomotive is actually a Midland-built locomotive and is loco number 43924. This was the first locomotive to leave Barry Scrapyard and has recently been returned to service on the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway. Out of the total of 772 locomotives built, 192 were for the Midland Railway, 5 were for the Somerset and Dorset Railway, and 575 were for the London, Midland and Scottish Railway. That's basically it for this update. I hope this little bit of information has made it more interesting. If you like the video, please like it. I hope to do some more videos soon. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks to all those people who have recently subscribed. It's great to have you on board. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.